Hello everyone, Elite Clockwoman here. As promised, today I will present you the second part of my analysis of episode 42. I planned to release this analysis yesterday, but it was more work than I expected, so it took me longer and I released it only today. But either way, we'll have plenty to talk about, because today we'll go into detail about the brief Sinister versus Clockman battle, and we'll also talk about the Titans versus G-Man battle. But that's not all, as domstudio have posted this comment below the first part of my analysis. It looks like for the first time in the story, plot armor will fail to protect one of the Titans, and we'll talk about that in this video as well. All in all, it's going to be very hot, and I'm sure you're going to really enjoy the analysis, so make sure you sit through to the end so you don't miss anything. But as always, before we get to that, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you don't want any of the Titans to get hurt. And here we go. The first part of my analysis ended at the scene with the Titans heading to the battlefield, so we'll start the analysis right away with a new scene with Sinister. The scene starts with Sinister wondering why Titan Clockman is still holding back. Bro clearly shows he's bored and slowly approaches Titan Clockman, who decided to waste no time and attacked Sinister again with his cool anime clashes. But Sinister fought them off pretty easily, which didn't surprise me at all, because this dude recently stopped the galaxy, and I was sure an attack like that wouldn't hurt him. But let me remind you that this attack was enough to cut the counter Titan into small pieces, and that proves that Sinister is on a whole other level. And he didn't just repel that attack, he redirected it back to the Titan Clockman. But he was lucky that a Rolex Clockman appeared and created a huge shield that repelled that attack, and also said that it wasn't what he saw in the future, then created some yellow wave and went to attack. To which Sinister said that he was very confident and asked if he really think that he is a source of all Clock's powers, to which Rolex confidently replied, "I am what I say." But he still couldn't do any damage to Sinister. But after that, Sinister showed us the first timeline in which he started to explain what happened in the tower. Chief Clockman resurrected Rolex using a mix of his and Sinister's powers, but in the end, the Chief took too much of Sinister's powers, and everyone but the Chief died. Sinister proved that Rolex was not actually the source of all of Clock's powers, and that he was only a small part of Sinister himself. Actually, it didn't surprise me because after learning about Sinister and seeing what he was capable of, I had no doubt that he is a boss. Even so, Titan Clockman decided to mess with Rolex by asking him if Sinister was his father.
He is your father?
Are you trying to be funny?
But if you think about it logically, if Sinister is the main source of all their powers, then he's basically the father for all Clocks. But Sinister started bragging about what a cool dude he was, and while the Chief borrowed some of his power, Sinister had a few seconds to do something, and he used them to slow down time. And those few seconds passed for him like thousands of years, creating the illusion of an entire multiverse in his head, checking all the possibilities of the future and choosing the perfect option for himself, leading himself to absolute victory. Anyway, this dude is pretty slick and also likes to show off, but I think you know what happens to people who show off a lot? They usually screw up in the end. Rolex got tired of listening to this nonsense and decided to attack him again with a yellow energy ball, which Sinister easily deflected with his blade. But still he didn't notice the shuriken flying at him which hit him. But then Sinister just launched an arrow, which moved at breakneck speed and tried to hit Rolex. Rolex showed a very cool reaction for a while, but it wasn't enough, and he had to kiss the ground. But after that, Sinister for some reason started saying that there were a few more ways to destroy or trap him. I don't know why he said that, but he seems like the same dumb villain from some movie that tells us all his plans and how to destroy him. In short, the plot slowly starts to weaken Sinister, but even after he said that he could be destroyed, he added that he still chose the option where he would be invincible out of all the options for future events. But still he started saying again that they could try to beat him and they shouldn't hold back and hit him with their best attacks. And Titan Clockman finally decided to get serious and started using some incredible technique called Infinity Boost, thus turning on some anime mode where everything turned red and Bro moved with Superman's speed and treated Sinister with his holy blade, thus creating a powerful blast wave that was visible even from space. But after this trick, Bro started shaking like Skibidi fans who have been waiting for a new Skibidi episode for a month. But just as Bro tried to recover his body after such a powerful attack, Sinister, who had his head blown off, rose to his feet, grabbed Clockman's head, and asked him if illusion was his trump card. I'm in a battle of illusionists, or what? The guys are using their Sharingans to their full potential, But it seems Sinister is stronger. With one precise attack, he was able to cut the Clockman's sword into pieces. And the interesting thing is that Clockman couldn't recover it with his power. And I don't know what that has to do with, whether it's a special ability of Sinister's blade or whether Clockman is just at his limit. But Sinister surprised us even more. He pulled out a grenade-like thing that flew up into the air and started releasing energy that worked as a gravitational force, dropping Titan Clockman to the ground with no way to get up. And he started yapping the same thing again, that for thousands of years, he had been checking different options, and he only needed one option, which he found, and with his blade in his hand, he would achieve his perfect dominion. But the Titan Clockman himself was tired of hearing the same thing and used a technique that turned gravity back to normal so he could move. And Sinister said again that Clockman would try to defeat him, but he would fail, and his actions would lead Sinister to victory. As I understand it, Sinister is vulnerable after all, but he has seen a million outcomes where he died in battle. But he has found one option where he can win, and in this, he will be helped by the Titan Clockman himself, based on his words. After all, he said that his actions will lead him to victory, which means that at some point Titan Clockman will do something wrong, thinking it's the right thing to do, and it will bring Sinister victory. But Sinister isn't the only one who can see the future and pull stunts like that. I think Rolex and Titan Clockman could also have an impact on that. Sinister then reiterated that Titan Clockman would suffer again and again, and once Clockman will see a little hope, he would face the soul-shattering truth, and then sacrifice himself and reboot everything so that Titan Clockman would no longer exist in the multiverse, and then Sinister's dominion would begin. Honestly, I'm sick of this dude because he yaps too much and his nonsense is very tiring. He literally said what his plan is, and Titan Clockman should reflect on his words because I'm sure those words will bring victory to the Alliance. I even felt like the Titan Clockman was still holding back to learn more about Sinister's intentions because he really does talk too much, and his words can be used to figure out how to defeat him. But either way, we won't find out until the new episode, as this scene comes to an end. But before the scene ended, Rolex showed up and said, "God of Chronoverse my ass," and used a new ability called Time Strike.
God of Chronoverse my ass! Time Strike!
Creating a portal and pushing Sinister into it. I think it will be like I predicted before. They will fight in different multiverses like it was in the battle of Rolex and Commander. I believe they will still be able to win. But it's unlikely that we'll even find out in episode 43. We may have to wait for episode 44 or even 45 to see the finale of their battle. So, after the Titan Clockman also entered the portal, we saw a brand new female character named Isa, who appeared on the battlefield with the words, "Absolute Cinema."
Absolute cinema.
She also contacted some dude asking him if he copied anything, but the dude had no idea what was going on. So she said the battle for the fate of the multiverse has begun. Anyway, he said he was on his way and that she should bring the others. Then she entered the portal, and the scene changed. We've already talked about this new character, and I don't see the point in talking about her even more. But for those who don't know, Dom Studios have said that she's the female version of the large Clockman, just from a different multiverse. So she probably has the same abilities as him. Hopefully we'll see her in action in episode 43, but I have nothing more to say about her, so let's get to the new scene. The new scene is incredibly epic. Alliance troops fighting the G-Man's army. We were shown brand new cameras, fire jets, and in one of them sat the commander cameraman smoking a cigar, who signaled the rest of the guys that they would come down and start the attack. And I'm not gonna lie, it's like I'm in some Star Wars, and I don't even understand how to comment on it. From all sides are flying shells, someone is dying, someone is surviving. In short, on the battlefield is chaos. And it seems that so far the cameramen have successfully fought and dodged almost every attack. But the G-Man himself decided to participate as well as opened his claw, then was able to destroy one of the jets. But all of a sudden, there were Pencil's jets that headed straight to G-Man's head, creating a barrier which worked like a teleporter because our Titans started coming out of it. But it wasn't that simple as G-Man released more soldiers to stop the Titans. But the Titans not only managed to kill a few enemies, but also attacked G-Man's head. But Blood didn't seem to feel the attack at all, and that's not strange to me, because he is too big to worry about being attacked by some toothpicks. But the Titan's mission is not to blow his head off, but to get on board and find his real body and destroy it. But they found themselves surrounded by many powerful enemies, and it looked like they were going to be in big trouble. But the Titan TV man told the idiots to look up, where Mommy was already waiting for them with the generators she got from her father. And what I saw shocked me, because it looked like those things had ink in them that she used to draw copies of our Titans. And the funny thing is, there were even old versions of the Titans, and even another Titan from the Verlance universe that showed who Daddy is with his first powerful punch. And now with such an army of Titans, I believe that the Titans have at least some chance to win. But unfortunately, this long episode ended there. And I can say without a doubt that this was the best episode that domstudio have done. The fights were incredibly epic. And even though I was getting really tired of Sinister's yapping, I still give this episode 10 out of 10. But what about the fact that we might lose some Titan? Honestly, I don't know who will lose yet. But I think it will be one of the Titans that will fight G-Man, because there is no way that domstudio will kill Titan Clockwoman. As the bro is literally the heart of this universe, I'd rather believe Sinister will die than Titan Clockwoman. But still, the probability of Sinister dying is very low. I mean, he will definitely die, but it's unlikely to happen in the next episode, because I think it would be very stupid to show such a strong character and kill him off right away. Anyway, time will tell, but that's it for now. As far as I know, episode 43 will be a lot shorter than episode 42, so I think it will come out a lot quicker. But as always, if there are any leaks, I'll make a video about it, so be sure to subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed the analysis. Elite Clockwoman out.